What's going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we're back in Forza 5 with another drift build of one of the cars from the latest car pack. Now, this is the Fiat 131 Abarth, and this is one of my favorite Abarth vehicles of all time. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the balance of the car. I loved it in Forza 4, and I'm thinking I'm going to love it again here in Forza 5. So, we're going to get our hands on a... trying to think what color we should take. I'm going to get my hands on a blue one because I think blue looks absolutely gorgeous with this car. But then again, with the stock color options, you can't really go wrong because they all look really, really nice. They all look really nice, and they all look very,
This is your
I don't know, very well
1980
suited to the
Abarth
car. It's
Fiat
weird because some
131.
cars have certain colors that look just a little bit strange or a little bit off in certain ways, that you feel like they were kind of just thrown in there to add a little bit of variety. This one, nah. This one has all of the colors work very well with the car. The proportions, sorry, look amazing. The little wide body kit that they have going on looks amazing as well. And we're gonna go straight to the upgrade shop and see what we can do to this thing because it's gonna be an awesome little drift car when we're done with it. We're gonna put some race brakes on there, because I feel like race brakes, especially on an older car like this, when you add a lot of power to it, they're just nice to have, and it's also nice to be able to tune your brakes. I don't really tune the brakes of my drift cars all that much, but it's still nice to have that option there, and especially when you have 1,400,000 credits, you want to do as many things as you can to a car, and that's that monthly bonus that you always get. For playing Forza 5, you go to Forza Motorsport.net and you use the rewards program, and it's not that hard to do. If you go on there and just log in, you should be able to redeem awards or rewards just straight away. So it's a nice way to get credits each month, and if you can kind of carry that amount of credits with you every month, it actually works out pretty well. Now, for the tire compound, we're gonna go with streets because I don't want to go too much grip in the back. We're only going to upgrade the rear tire width by one. Yeah, only one, to 205s. 205s, 225s. Yeah, 205s. 205s are still tiny. Now, for the wheel style, I'm thinking we're going to want one of the specialized styles because it would almost look better that way. I feel like a lot of these specialized styles suit cars like this better. Like those, for example. The Copomotive MLs look amazing. I don't even know if we're going to kick up the size on those rims at all either, because they look great on this, just the size they are right now. They look brilliant. 15, 16. Let's try 16s all around. And it's funny how I'm not wanting to go any bigger than 16s on this car. 16s are on the verge of large for this car. They're on the verge of being large for this car, and it's so weird to think that, but that's just kind of the way it is with a car that's this small. Now, let's see what engine swap options we have. We can stick the 1.6-liter inline-4 turbo rally motor in there, or we can stick what looks to be it's either an RB or a 2JZ. I'm kind of blanking on what this engine is right now. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on which one this engine is right now. I know it's either an RB26 or a 2JZ. But you know what? I'm actually going to go with the 1.6-liter rally engine because I feel like it suits the character of the car better. And plus, you got monstrous amounts of torque from this engine, especially when you mess with the turbos a little bit. Monstrous amounts. And I didn't mean mess with the turbos, I mean take the restrictor plates off, because then you end up with 497 horsepower and 589 pounds-feet of torque in a car that only weighs 2,259 pounds. That's crazy. You're going to get a lot of sidewaysness out of that. So let's go ahead and give it a mild tune, and then we're going to take it to, as far as tracks go, we're probably going to take it to Prague, because I've been on Bernese Alps a lot lately, and I feel like I should kind of mix it up and go to Prague, because I haven't been there very much lately, and it's also just kind of one of my favorite tracks that I like to develop cars on. So, develop cars, develop tunes, and like I said, if there's anything we need to do to the car once we get there, we can just do it in a live tuning setup, or live tuning interface. But before we do that, let's actually go ahead and paint these wheels black, because I feel like they would look really good in black. It's just one of those, like, little like, you get, like, a little bit of a hunch, and you're like, yeah, these would look really good in black. I'm gonna try them out in both black and white, because I feel like they would look really nice, in either color. I don't know, though. We'll try both. First, we're gonna try them out in black. And they do look really, really nice. We're gonna try them out in white as well. And then bring the brightness, yeah. Oh, wow, that looks cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, yeah, those wheels in white look absolutely amazing. I didn't think they were gonna look that good. I mean, I had the little picture in my head, but I didn't think they were gonna look that good. That looks amazing to me. I'm gonna do a little bit of window tint. Yeah, not too much, but just a little bit to kind of give it a little bit of a give it was almost like an aesthetic look. Like, well, not aesthetic look, because never mind. That was like it's just a little bit of an aesthetic touch, just with the tinted windows. So I'm gonna go ahead and put. I'm thinking about a carbon fiber hood. I actually think it fits. I wasn't too happy with with how it looked kind of in my mind, but after putting it on the car, it actually looks pretty cool, pretty decent. Funny thing was, I had recorded some videos earlier for you guys, and then I just fell asleep. Like, after doing a little bit of editing, fell asleep straight away. And when I woke up, I looked at the clock, and since it felt like I'd been asleep for so long, I figured that I'd just like slept through the night, and that it was like 8 a.m. But I realized it wasn't 8 a.m., it was 8 p.m., which is why I was like, why does it feel like morning, but the sun is going down? It just didn't feel right at all. So I don't know if you guys have ever done anything like that. You probably have. Everybody probably has at some point, where they just randomly fall asleep and you feel like you've slept all through the night, but you haven't. It's a weird feeling when you wake up again, especially because you have no idea of what time it is until you look at a clock, and then you're like, wait a minute, that's 8 p.m., not 8 a.m.? And you get all freaked out because you're like, I don't know, you feel like your schedule is like totally off. It isn't, but you feel like it is. So let's go ahead and see how this thing sounds, and then we're gonna see how sideways it can get. Wow, that didn't really make sense. Made sense in my mind, not in words. Get them warmed up. Yes. Release it. I love this interior. It's all business in this interior. Oh, God. That boost is angry, and when it comes on, it will get you. It'll come after you. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's just as angry as it was in Forza 4, that's for sure. Just as tail happy as well. That was a sloppy gear change. I messed that up completely. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh, wow. No! Oh. That hill just was just weird. The line was all wrong. There we go. Ah. This car's, honestly, I feel like it's a little bit trickier than it was in Forza 4. In Forza 4, it was really, really smooth. It's smooth here, too, but it's got a weird twitchiness that it didn't have in Forza 4. And I guess that just kind of goes along with the updated physics engine from Forza 4 to Forza 5. But, I mean, by no means is it like a difficult car or a hard car to drift, but it's got a few noticeable differences from Forza 4 to Forza 5, obviously. Still responds really nicely, though. See, that's the thing about this car, is it always had a really nice level of response, especially if you kept the RPMs up, especially up in boost. The throttle response is brilliant. Now, granted, this is a swapped engine, but I don't know. I've been getting used to this engine lately because I've been using it in quite a few smaller cars, and I like it a lot. And wow, holy crap, I am so that was crazy. I can't believe that I didn't clobber the wall with the front end of the car. I was ready for it, too. I was ready to just hit the wall, but the front end of the car and the wall just never touched. And if you keep it right up there in boost, then you will stay sideways pretty much as long as you would ever want to. Love the blow-off valve sound, too. It sounds so good. That was a weird entry. I mean, we managed to save it, but it was a weird entry. It didn't quite feel right. Something was just... I want to say it was like something was just a little bit off about it. Trying to do the hill a little bit better this time. Ah! No! Dang, are you kidding me? I feel like it's these tires. There, get grip. Damn. Anyway, I feel like it's these tires. For some reason, they have a tendency to really want to hook up again on the hill. And it's not the best, I don't know, it's not the best feel for this particular track. I mean, yeah, it's manageable and you can get used to it, but it just doesn't feel, like, some cars feel really, really intuitive for this particular track or this particular setup or whatever, like, or whatever you're going with. This particular setup doesn't feel, extremely intuitive here, so I might swap the tires out later on because I want to see what we'd be able to do with a slightly different tire setup. Maybe even go back to stock size. I don't think I'd go back to the actual stock tires because transmitting almost 500 horsepower through those stock tires would probably be a little bit of a bad idea because the tire wear would just happen so quickly that honestly we'd be up to like 100% tire wear in 2 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Although it would be a fun little thing to try just to see how quickly those tires wore down. There we go. Okay. As long as the rear tires are spinning, you can always kick the rear end back out again if you lose it. Let's try and make this next section a little bit smoother this time around. Not as much angle as last time, but definitely a little bit of a smoother transition. I was like, I saw that wall, and I'm like, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat that wall today. Oh, God. There you go. Yeah, now all you gotta do is keep it in boost and just stay there. Pin the throttle and stay there in fourth gear throughout that sweeper. All right, last lap. Let's see if we can hit the what's it called, the hill, just a little bit better this time, and see if we can actually have a successful run up the hill. Oh, getting really close to the edge of the track. Almost spun it. I felt the rear end starting to come around a little bit further than I wanted it to, and I was like, stay back. Not quite any kind of monstrous score, but, I mean, we did keep it sideways, which was better than the last couple of attempts. I mean, I'd be happier with a little bit, like, I'm happier with a, like, kind of, I guess, a conservative line like that than spinning out. Was trying to go for 4,000 on that corner. Didn't happen. Here we go. Drifting in the bicycle lane. Trying to keep it. Yes, there we go. Almost at the. Yes, there we go. I was like, come on, 10,000. Come on, 10,000. I know we can get it. That was a little bit of angle, if not a lot. Oh wow, okay. Okay, I'm liking that line. I might take that line a couple of times later on. Breaking into it, third gear, get it out. Second gear, actually. Oh, by far the best run. By far the best run for that. Oh, wow. That actually went quite well. I want to say that's probably one of my best scores on that section ever. Like, with any car. Had to whip it back the other direction. Oh, no. Oh. Wow. Okay, I'm surprised because I've never, ever screwed up that last corner before, ever. That's the very first time I have ever messed that corner up. But as far as opinions on this thing, I love it. It's a little bit challenging, a little bit more challenging than Forza 4, but it's once you learn it, it's absolutely awesome. It's got this like lovely little balance that you have to get used to, but once you get used to it, it feels absolutely brilliant to drive, and just the feeling, again, just the feeling of this car when you're sideways is just absolutely awesome. So if you guys want to copy this build, feel free to do that. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.